All right, looks like we got our next rider. Let's go ahead.
Use your seatbelt. Put your seat.
We went to that Walmart up in Burbank that doesn't close till 11. We got there at like 9:15. We were racing around there till they closed. Like barely got everything out in time. Got back to my house. Figured out like packed and like tried to figure out where to put all of this stuff. And came up with some very brilliant ideas, but the guy at Walmart was such a douchebag, like, because there were a lot of people there clearly preparing for Coachella, and they were sold out of stuff because of Coachella, and he knew that we were like, oh, okay, yeah, we're going, and blah blah blah, and they were looking for self-inflatable bed, and so we flew it out, and he's like, oh, no, that one plugs in, da da da. And then we're looking at it and we're like, oh, this one? And he's like, yeah, that one charges. So we're like, oh, okay. Like holds a battery, holds a charge. Did I get that one? And then
Why would y'all want that?
because it would chart like what he's like you chart, not like it plugs in charges, but he was saying like it has a battery that you charge and it would inflate the mattress.
No.
And so then we
But
go.
they're gonna be out in the wow. They don't use power.
Well, yeah, that's why we would charge it at night because only to get inflated once, you know, if it's a brand new.
It's a car drive.
Well, or that too, but we were then looking for an easy up like canopy tent. And he's like, "Oh yeah, we're all sold out of those," and we're like, "Dang, okay, I'll just wrap all of them are gone." He's like, "Yeah," and so we're like, "Okay," and we keep on looking. And we're like, "There has to be something," and we see stuff, and we're like, "Oh, it's just the canopy." And he's like, "Yeah," and then we point to this one, and we see that it's like $120, and we're like, "Oh, this one is even more, and it's not just." And we're like, "This will work." And he's like, "Okay, yeah, I'll grab that." And so, then we get back to our house, my house, packed. We realized that the bed actually has to be plugged in order to turn on. And of course, don't listen to me. I mean, they usually do, but they don't. I'm like, "Does the car have a cigarette lighter?" Because I have this thing that I used in Jordan's car. They're like, no, it's a new car, so it doesn't have one. Like, just.
Oh, new cars have a cigarette lighter?
Of course they do. They just were saying, I was like, they of course they have a cigarette lighter. And they were like, "No, it looks like there's like a area that it used to be, and maybe like the rental car took it out." And I was like, "Look it up online." And they're like, "No, it's just." I looked it up. I was like, they're like, "Oh yeah, it's just covered by a cosmetic thing." I was like, "Told y'all." And then they get up. So I like everything is finished. I get to bed at like 2 a.m. Wake up at like 5. And they have it pretty much packed. They don't get out of there until 6. And we were talking early in the morning, or at like midnight, about what time they should go. And I was like, "Well, you know, people, they'd get there. Because I told Ben, I was like, if you guys aren't tired, then you really should just leave at midnight and bus it down there. It'll take 2 hours and 10 minutes, and just go and like chill at the Walmart or whatever." And they're like, and he's like, "No, we want to get there at the sweet spot, you know, and not too early, not too late." So I'm like, "Yeah." I'm telling people get there at 3, and blah blah blah. Went back and forth about it. And they're like, "No, we'll just leave at 6. It's fine." But of course, like at 1:45, she's looking at Reddit. She's like, "Yeah, there's lots of people just driving around trying to see when to go." And they get down there and they're like, "Yeah, they told me that they started letting people line up at 3. I was like, did I not say that? And they get in, or Brianna, she had thrown away their camping gas, and she had to buy a new one. And they went to Will Call, and they thought Will Call would be the campsite, but it was like at a hotel, so they had to go to a completely different place, go back to the campsite. And then they go to unpack and set up their site and realize that no, the Easy Up tent did not have a structure with it. So it was just the canopy. So they didn't have a tent, they didn't have a structure, they didn't have nothing. I was like, "Okay, we'll try to Instacart or like Uber or something." They were like, "No, they won't let us bring them in. They won't let you leave now that you're in here." But the general store, they were selling tents. So luckily, thank God. Thank God the thing worked out, and they were able to get their setup done. But I'm sure that when they get back tomorrow, I'm gonna be tired. The dog doesn't go back until about 4 or 5. The traffic coming back in the morning is not great, so hopefully they don't get there until the afternoon. So I don't have to like deal with any of that. And hopefully they'll just like blow up that mattress and like sleep. I think they will just like sleep and watch Friends going there tonight. So, yeah, Ben's been rewatching it. Oh, well, Ben's been, this is the longest I've been seeing him rewatching a show for the longest time. then, so yeah, they'll just chill on Monday. And then on Tuesday, we'll all go to Universal.
You ever been to school? Silver Lake.
Yeah, we came over here for this.
Yeah, we got shops.
What plaza would you want on this? That was kickball.
It was fun. You should have came.
I mean, good thing I didn't since it was falling off.
Well, it probably would be better because you'd been outside.
Well, I don't think she would have been. I don't think she would have, because he's kind of like a. Like, he's actually the best dog that I had. Not like a ton about you, but he's the best that I've had on a leash because he does not care about people. He doesn't really care about dogs. He just keeps walking, but he'll like sleep all day. But you get him outside and he's ready to go. I like have you spend half the time almost jogging. 18,000 steps every damn day. So, definitely gotta get that cleaner back.
So my trunks.
No, that's what I want it, because I still have a tent for us to go camping. It's just gonna be constant.
Because I actually bought it over. Hopefully you got some way to keep it. Because I don't have the room.
I mean, I'll have to figure something out. Do you have space to keep it at least for a little bit? Oh, right, because you need your space in the car.
Just trying to
I'll figure out a place to put it in my closet. Because actually, I have a bunch of clothes that those hangers came the last time you were at my house, which is like a week ago. And I need to have some clothes that I need to hang up, and I've been putting it off. So I'll rearrange my closet a little bit, I guess. Or I guess I could take one of those doors off the closet and just put it in there and put the door back. That'd be the best place for it. Because I'm not going to go through that closet until I hit my goal, which I'm coming up on.
what you mean?
Like those two closets that are in my room. I'm not going to clean those out until I hit my goal.
Wow.
Just because I'm gonna try and do like I did with my main closet, where I get rid of pretty much everything, or get rid of the 3/4 of the stuff. But there's some stuff in there I think I might want to keep. I haven't worn in a really long time, and some of it might, I don't know, the way fashion been turning around, it might be back in again. Who knows? Not that I've worn it. Most of the stuff in there is actually vintage. So I want to go through it and make sure I don't throw out any clothes that, I haven't seen a lot of those clothes in probably like 3 years. So, clothes I've been like pretty much every day. Just like, wake up and I take the dog, and take him for his walk, and I come back and I get dressed a little bit, and then I go in there walk and get my coffee, and I come back. I've been working on the thing, and then I walked him, and I just did not. Basically, all I've had is like a coffee every day, except for one day when I actually ate like pasta and greens and made sick.
Something was in it or something?
Huh?
Something was in it?
No, like I just like was so full. Like I was like, dang, I wish I had none. I was like, I don't even need. I'm not even hungry for this, but I probably need to eat like it tonight. I'll probably go back and eat like at least one piece of, like a piece of that steak. And then I got like little 4 pieces to put on a salad. And then like one day I made a salad and I like didn't even want it. I just ate like 2 bites of it. And I was like, I don't want to eat this. And then I know I need to have some protein. No, like all I had today is coffee. It's coffee. Well, I mean, it was an ice cream. It was a double tall ice cream. Yeah, that was a 2 shots of espresso and then a little bit of splash of milk and sugar, caramel.
Liquid sugar.
Well, no, it's not. It's 2 shots of espresso, a little bit of milk, and some caramel. It's not.
That probably got more calories than soda.
No, it's only about 180 calories.
20 calories off the soda. So it's 200.
Yeah, but you actually, it's a coffee. It's not like drinking straight sugar and fruit punch or coffee is, beans, but it's steeped in water. Espresso Ben and Brianna, they did leave 3 rolls and stuff at the house, so we will have those when we go back. Well, I have 8 rolls. What do you think for morning? What time is your appointment? I mean, I'll just let you sleep. But, I'll wake up at 8, take him for a walk, and come back and get dressed and stuff. Or maybe I'll get back home late, since we're there all night. I might get back to just read or whatever when you sleep. But it is nice to be, it is better to be on a mom actually. It's really good that you're on a schedule. Because it's just, I've been trying to make it so my skin's never been softer. It's great. So I always make sure I get 2 face masks a night. At 12:30. did put my down. I mean, the down payment was only $98, but for that, for Jill's 40th birthday cruise thing, I changed the plan. I'm not gonna do Denmark. I really want to. So I was like, no, I shouldn't use those miles because I want to use these miles for if I can get us to go to Italy and London and stuff. I'd rather use these miles for that. And I was looking and I was like, Lisbon in Portugal, I guess, is pretty cool. And it's only instead of like $500 to fly home, it's $300, which is how much it would cost to fly from New York. Bad for Jill, she has like PTSD like times 2 with her son because of, you know, having when she gave birth and then kept him in, like, they got all that messed up stuff in the NICU and then afterwards, you know, with the CPS stuff that they did where she wanted to try and the money. So she like hates sleeping and I'm like, girl, you share how like you live in your family house with your mom and your brother and your sister and he loves you his grandma. I was like, I know it's like parent guilt and stuff and it's the PTSD which is totally valid, but like you can't believe like that little boy is 4 or 5 years old. He's not gonna remember mom was gone for 7 days to celebrate her 40th birthday. You need to not worry so much, especially because he's living with your mom, your brother, and your sister. I was like, that girl for a 3-night, 4-day cruise, that is not enough when you're going to do Europe. And it's, I also was like, why would you not pick like the Caribbean? It's November. Why? Like I'm okay. Like I like Europe any time of the year. But when I told her, I was like, no, it's gonna be like 65 degrees out there. And she's like, oh, yeah, it was just 75. I was like,
Yeah, that's another thing too. What do you think you're trying to be going to go?
no, when I want us to go, that's why I wanted us to go in May because April and May are the cheapest times to go, and it's also the best weather where it's not like 90 degrees, but it's not like set. It's like a solid like 82 every day. It's like it's just perfect, great weather. So whether you're at the beach or walking around, so that's why I wanted us to go in the spring, but I just, or I managed to figure it out and do it for pretty cheap without them including any like stuff, you know, like that's if you went to Italy, I want us to go to like a wine tour or Tuscany, like, you know, spend a day out there and taste wine and she clearly does not care about it at all. It's crazy. You know, it's all talk to Ben and Brianna. I didn't have time to talk to her about it before they left. Because he seems to feel something. Because how are you living with your sister? You're not paying any rent, but you're also like you're not traveling. You're not buying a bunch of makeup. You're not getting your hair done. You're like what's going on? What are you doing? Well, I mean, she's working full time. She's making tips and she's moving to manager position. Yeah, it's at Starbucks, but like, you know, if you're working full time and you're not paying rent, you know, that's still thousands of dollars. You know, that's still like $4,000 a month. Where's it going? So there's no reason you should not be traveling. And she acts like it's so hard to take time off. I'm like, girl, when you work in the restaurant industry, it is not hard to get a shift covered. All you have to do is just trade it. But she acts like it's like the hardest thing in the world to get time off. And, it's like, you don't work a corporate job, bro. It's not the same.